Oh.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. So I'm Jamie. This is Dr. Sara Vivona.
Hello again.
So we're so excited. We had such a good response last time. It would have been 2 weeks ago that we were here with you, right?
Yeah.
And so tonight we actually get to talk about everybody's favorite, weight loss.
Oh, mine too.
And so we just wanted to let you guys know, so we're both, of course, from Integrative Health and Wellness in Greensburg. And then we just wanted to reach out to everybody here just to, there's always like people who have questions off the street and have no idea where to go to get those answers. And it feels like everybody has their own ideas of weight loss, or even like a standard of what weight they should be or what's acceptable and not acceptable, right?
Yeah, how to do it.
So this is super cool. You guys are going to get to actually talk with our doctor here, Dr. Sara, as I like to call her. So I wanted to let you guys know, if you have any questions, just write them out for us. We're going to try to get to all of them. If we don't, we'll just message them.
Yeah, we'll send you a message.
And then if anybody's ever interested, I wanted to give you guys our number. It's 724-205-6260. You'll get me at the front desk. So feel free to call us with any questions. You can email us and check out our website. It's www.ihwcenter.com. And it's nice. I think our website is awesome because it gives so much information about how you guys do things.
Yeah, the videos on how the actual techniques work. So.
And it's so different. The way her and Dr. Colin Kinsales do things, it's so different. So it's just a really nice way for you guys to get to know them a little bit more. All right, so let's dive right in. So I have some prepared questions, and if you guys see me look down, it's just because I'm going to watch from my phone so that I can see your questions without interrupting her whenever she's explaining things to you. So don't mind the top of my head.
Looks great.
Okay, so Dr. Sara, what are the top causes that you see for weight gain or the inability for people to lose weight?
So this is a long answer, so stay with me. So there's a lot of causes, and I mean anything could cause anything. And so I'm just going to go with the top 3 that I see on a daily basis with my patients. So the top one I actually see is not related to diet. It's more actually, I call it toxic overload. And your body is really, really smart. If it can't detoxify out chemicals or metals or even infections, it will shove it into fat cells as like a little closet, because that's a safe, isolated place that it can shove things that it then can't affect the body. So you could be shoving chemicals, metals, even infections in there, and you could
Sorry.
That's us. And you could be eating right, you could be exercising right, but if you have something in those fat cells, your body won't let you touch that fat. So that could be one reason. So with that, you'd have to look at your guts. Are you eliminating right? Your liver, your kidneys, are you detoxifying right there? And if you aren't, you have to fix that, or you would never lose those fat cells. The other reason I see is hormone imbalance. I mean, the thyroid is a big, big problem today with women. And that is your thermostat of your body. It controls your metabolism. So if it's running slow, your metabolism's going to run slow, and you're just going to have to work 10 times harder to lose weight. So for that problem, you'd have to correct your hormones. And then your whole endocrine system works together. So a lot of women I see that have thyroid problems, the problem is actually coming from the pituitary, which then controls the thyroid. So your thyroid treatments you're on might not actually correct the problem because it's not stemming from the thyroid. And the last one actually is diet, and I call it more of a fat storage mode diet. You are eating in a way that is making your body store fat, and that is, if you're eating a diet that is spiking your blood sugar repeatedly, or like a high sugar diet or a lot of carbohydrate diets, your body's going to use a hormone called insulin that will draw this sugar in, and it doesn't store it as sugar. It will actually store it as fat. And so if you're eating foods over and over and over that constantly spike your blood sugar, you're always going to be using insulin to store fat. And so if you're trying to burn fat, you have to reverse that metabolism and eat a diet that doesn't spike your blood sugar, so your body isn't automatically naturally in a fat storage mode where you can then enter into a fat burning mode.
It wasn't too long.
Wasn't good.
I'm still here. I didn't leave, right? Are you guys still with us? So I did want to let you guys know, like I started coming here, actually it was a little over a year ago, and I came with a thyroid problem. And it was so nice to walk in here and say that I have a thyroid problem. And then I remember asking Dr. Consales if I should change my eating. Mm-hmm. And he said no, initially no. And I was so surprised at that because I was over a lot, very overweight at that time. And it was exactly because of what you're saying. He didn't want me to get frustrated with my efforts, because if I would have attempted to lose weight, I wouldn't have been able to. Is that right?
Right. Yeah, you wouldn't. And then you would give up and you wouldn't be here today.
I would have been really frustrated.
You've been sick and overweight.
So I do want to encourage everybody. I want you guys to know that since I've been a patient here, I think my last thyroid pill was the day before Mother's Day of last year. And I just recently lost around 20 pounds. So
that's a lot.
Isn't that awesome?
That's a lot.
Yes. And it's just been small steps. And if anybody knows me, it's always a struggle for me. So I hear you, sugar lovers. I am with you.
You can do it.
And I will say, though, that Dr. Sara has these awesome ideas, and you have all these videos on YouTube on different ways to cook different things. Mm-hmm. I have actually tried your pot pie crust.
Oh, yeah. It's not up there yet.
It was so good. So stay tuned for YouTube for that one, because let me tell you, it is so good. Okay, so out of all of the things that you had talked about, like different things that could prevent us from losing weight, how do I know, if I didn't know I had a thyroid problem, how would I know what was stopping me from losing weight?
Well, you don't. For one, sorry, that was kind of mean.
I mean, the nice thing is she's so honest, right? Like, we get her so honest.
I'm sorry. No, you really don't. You have no idea. So, I mean, you'd have to come in and get checked. And that is part of the exam, is to examine you and see what it is. And we'll know whether the exam, it will show up, you'll have all your detoxifying organs show up, but none of your endocrine. And then we'll be, okay, your problem is you have too many toxins. Whereas if your endocrine organs show up, then we can be like, oh, it's a hormone problem. And then who's to say you don't have all three? I mean, you can have all three.
So does that look like, I mean, if I went to a different normal doctor, it would probably be a blood test. But we don't do that here.
No, we don't. We have videos on it on our website. No.
We do, actually.
You thought I'd get asked this one on. We do muscle testing.
So it's non-invasive. It's even done on kids.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt at all.
No, it doesn't.
As a matter of fact, what's really nice about this, I have to say, and just putting a little plug out there, Dr. Colin is right now teaching a class that we have every Wednesday. Mm-hmm. So every Wednesday I get one of the doctors while the other doctor is out in our foyer teaching a class, and it's a free educational class. It's always from 1 hour long. It's from 5:30 to 6:30. Anyone's welcome to come, but we do ask that you reserve seats because seats are limited. But it's a really 9 people, us included, right?
Right.
But it's such a nice way to learn what you guys do, how you do it, and then you even get people up and do demonstrations.
Yeah, we demo, so beware.
So it's really nice because that makes you feel a lot more comfortable coming into this environment, which is a lot different from everybody else.
It is very different.
It's so nice. Okay, so back to weight. So is there a specific diet to follow?
Yes and no.
She loves that question. Did you see that?
I don't like the word diet at all, because nowadays, that means more of like a short-term thing you're going to do until you get your desired results. And then most time you're going to become more lenient, and before you know it, you're back to where you started. So I don't like the word diet. It's more of like you are just eating foods that will give you the most nutrients you can. I guess it's a lifestyle. You're just choosing to feed your body the best you can to your ability and what's available in your area. So that's it. And so, do you need a specific way of eating? It depends. Where if you have a toxin problem, you're going to make sure you get in as much fruits, or not really fruits, but vegetables that will cleanse you. So like the leafy greens, you're going to make sure you're just flushing with the food you eat. Whereas, if you have hormones, you're going to be making sure you get in the really good fat you need to make hormones. You're going to probably be watching grains because they don't really work well with the thyroid. I mean, and then you're obviously going to try to eat a diet that isn't going to put you in a fat storage mode. So you're going to be watching sugar, unfortunately. And you're going to be looking at even carbs, because carbs will break down into sugar in your body. So you need to watch that too.
And I love that, I have to say. It's just because it's like individualized to what is specific to my body.
Right. And even what you need. Like, I've been on my own healing path for probably like 7 years now, and my diet has changed dramatically throughout those 7 years. There's times where I have to be so strict and I can't have any grains, any sugar at all, and there's other times where I need to eat more like lots of veggies and lots of like berries and fruit to just kind of flush myself out. And then there's times where I need to eat a ton of good fat, and it all changes based on what kind of healing I need.
So what about appetite suppressants? Not that any of us need that.
No. So with those, it's like, why? Like, what are you suppressing? Is it overall hunger? Is it sugar cravings? Like, what is the purpose of these suppressants that you want? If it's sugar cravings, then you, for two things I would do, it would be, well, what are you craving? And then can you make that healthy? A lot of people crave like cakes and cookies, and I have strawberry muffins online. I have those peanut butter cookies we just shared. There's things you can make that are guilt-free. You can eat what you want and satisfy your cravings without destroying your health, basically. And then the other thing, like if it's overall appetite, you don't want to necessarily suppress that, because that gets more into the low-calorie diets. And they necessarily aren't good, because it kind of tells your body you're in like a famine, like their food isn't necessarily available to you, and so it'll actually hold on to stuff more, because you might need this fat stores when there actually is no food. And
I love hearing that. Just
honestly, how long are you going to stay on a low-calorie diet? You're not going to stay on that long, because it's not fun. You're hungry and you're grumpy. And then another reason, it could be maybe you're eating everything right, but you're hungry all the time, and it's usually because you need a nutrient, and your body will make you eat in attempts to try to, eventually one day you'll get this nutrient in you. And so that would be, again, come in, let us know, and we just kind of pull out all our vitamins and see what one works for you.
And I mean, I know too, there are a lot of people who are emotional eaters. And so it's really nice, because I know from coming here that one of the things that you and Dr. Collin do is address emotional needs.
Yeah.
So that's really something, I don't know anybody else who does that. So
it's important.
It's like they're emotional garbage cans for us, so we can just dish it all on them.
Right, cry everywhere.
They take it and get rid of it, and I don't understand that. I just know for me, it's worked a lot. So
yeah, I mean, it's we have three sides of a triangle. You have chemicals, so anything you kind of eat or come in contact with. You have structure on the bottom, so bones, joints, muscles. And then you have mental, is an equal side of your health. And those are the three reasons why you could be sick, for any of them. And so mental is a big thing to kind of clear out, and you can hold on to unresolved stress patterns, mainly because the emotion was too big for you to handle at that time. And until you actually go in and release it, it's going to stay there.
It's so wonderful. So, I mean, I have to ask, will cheating once in a while affect me?
Yes. Yes. For our bodies, unfortunately, there's no such thing as moderation. It doesn't exist. Just like if you had cocaine, a little bit of cocaine is going to do a little bit of damage. The same with ice cream and donuts. A lot of sugar, it's still going to do damage. I get we're humans and we want to enjoy life, so what we want to do is, majority of the time, eat well, so that when we do eat things that aren't so good, our body can make up for the damage quickly and come back from it, versus if we're already sick, we kind of can't come back from it very well. But yes, there's really no such thing as a cheat day. You're just gonna have to acknowledge you're eating this and deal with the consequences.
I think one of the things you say a lot that gets me is, like you always bring up, how long did it take me to get this way? Because I know, food is a struggle for me. And so if I eat well for a week, I'm expecting big results. But, right? But it didn't take me just 1 week to get to where I'm at. So
no, it takes time. I mean, the good news is if you come to a place like this clinic, it's not going to take you the 30 years it was to get you this way,
Right.
But it's going to take time to reverse the damage. And in humans, you almost have to heal 50% before you even notice you feel different. So you may not notice you're getting better, but I mean, in each visit, we are testing you. And if we say you're getting better, you're getting better. I mean, we'll jump in and correct it if you aren't.
So that leads into, why do some people lose weight fast and others not so much? This would probably just go back to those ailments that they're facing, or... Yeah,
they're all different. You're all genetically different. Some of you have a lot more problems than others. And also, if you think about weight, most times weight isn't that important to your body to fix. If you have a heart problem, if you have a thyroid problem, what's more important? I mean, you can't live without a heart or a thyroid, but you can live with 30 extra pounds for a while. I mean, they'll get complications from the extra weight, but your body's going to focus on healing up on the things that it cannot live without before it then focuses on weight loss. So sometimes if I get people that you know they're sick other than weight, that you have to heal that first before your body will address the weight.
So why is it sometimes my clothes fit better, but my scale says I weigh more?
Yeah, that's common. You're not alone. And a couple of things. So whenever you lose fat, your body's gonna convert it to other things. Most commonly, it will convert it to muscle mass and bone density, and they weigh more than fat does. And so you may lose in inches, you may be losing actually a number of fat pounds you'd have, but you're gaining muscle mass and bone, which is good. So the scale might not be going down, but if you look at body fat or anything like that, that's improving.
And then everybody says that fat, like both body fat and dietary fat, is bad. Is it?
No. Well, some dietary fats are bad, like trans fats, like fried food. That's not very good. That actually causes inflammation and blocks your body from being able to absorb any nutrients you eat. So if you were to have a salad dressing with trans fats, you're not really going to get anything from that salad. Just throw it out. But you need fat both in your body. Your organs are surrounded by fat. Your hormones are made of fat. Your brain is made of fat. Your nerves are made of fat or surrounded by fat. I mean, people that look more youthful have fat on their cheeks and in their lips. I mean, as we age, we naturally lose that fat, so we look older. And then dietary fat, you need that. You need to be able to repair your nerves and your brain, and to make hormones, you need to eat good quality fats like olive oil and avocados and avocado oil, coconut oil and butter, things like that.
Okay, so I think this about sums everything up, don't you?
I think so.
If you guys have any questions that we didn't answer that you'd like, answered, just send us a message. You can give us a call at 724-205-6260. The techniques that Dr. Sara had mentioned are on our website. It's www.ihwcenter.com. And then, we'd love to hear if you guys have any other subjects that you want us to talk about, or have any questions or anything that you'd like us to ask. We'd love to help you out.
Yeah. And
we will see you this time next Wednesday with Dr. Colin Consales, and we're actually going to talk about exhaustion.
That's a big one.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming.
Bye.